All right, it is currently like 12:45 in the afternoon here in Amsterdam. I'm putting together a compilation video of all of 2018. So this video is going from January to April, and it's long, but I've been trying to go through and give segments of our life. Some of it's a little boring, some of it's actually interesting, but you can kind of see how we were talking about things but not actually talking about things. And then I figured we'd kind of cut it off at the surgery, and then things after that would be like involved in the move, and then things after that would be here. So it would be like January to April, May to what, August? Yeah. And then September to now. And I might have that one later so that I could put in anything from these next couple days because we're still in 2018. Welcome to 2018!
Hooray, we made it!
I have tickets for something to go see Star Wars, finally. But it's been out long enough. Now the only people that are going to go see it are the ones that just can't stop watching it. Or the people who, like us, who have not seen it. And we're waiting for the crowds to go away. So, yeah. Duolingo's yelling at me because I haven't done any lessons on it yet.
How dare you?
I know. I'm not going to do any lessons. I'm going to make sure my streak frees.
I loved it.
I have no idea what anybody's talking about when they're like, oh, the blue... maybe I'm just not in the right circle jerking fan forums. But nothing of that seemed bad.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't it wasn't a rehash of the second movie from both of the other trilogies, though.
Is that what they wanted?
Well, it's what they really wanted to have happen so they could be mad. But then it didn't happen, so they're mad because they don't get to be mad. Which, everyone really wanted her to be from a Force-sensitive family and have a huge lineage and possibly tie back to the Skywalkers.
Well, they wanted that so they could be mad about it. At the very beginning, they wanted Rey to be literally... At least Willie said he wanted her to be nobody.
Yeah. And then they decided they wanted her to be somebody. And... yeah.
Yeah, it's...
And then Luke dies in the end.
But he doesn't die.
He becomes one with the Force.
Yeah, he...
was amazing.
Did the kid use the Force to pull the broom?
No.
Are you sure about that?
No.
The kid walked out of the room. He reached over and the leaning broom went to his hand. He didn't reach for the broom. He just held his hand out and the broom went straight to his hand.
I thought he grabbed the broom.
It's minuscule, but then you have a little boy looking out to the stars, holding up the broom like a lightsaber.
Yeah.
I need to unsubscribe from that because I don't know how I got subscribed to it.
What is it?
Thoughtful quote of the day. I read one of them and was like, this is religious crap. Passport. So it wasn't like we did it 2 days later. Yeah. And then it was like that Thursday or Friday, we went and got your passport. And then that Saturday, no, it was like Wednesday, we went and got your passport because you were leaving or something that Friday. Yeah, but I didn't really say anything right away, even though it's like a major part of our life and stuff. Yeah, just for those of you that are like, you know, thinking that maybe something on the channel's gone a little dry or things are going quiet, doesn't necessarily mean something's not happening. I just need a bit of, it's a squirrel. Just means that there's there could be something, and if I get like stupid quiet, then something big might be coming. Like I said, I don't like to get people's hopes up on whatever that term would be.
Unjustly?
Unjustly, yes. En route. All right. Anyways, that's it. So yeah, it's not going to be much more. Once we get this done, we got to race back down to King City, go over some stuff on the field. This is not a football day. This is technically a football day. So I didn't explain in the video. So we wound up not going out to the field because there was just so much intermittent rain and Willie hadn't eaten all day. So we went back to his place and we watched some film. That's that. And we watched a little bit of film, ate my breakfast, wake up, get the body energized, and then I will get around to blowing out some of this morning stretching. Hi! Got gloves, got a helmet. Need to charge my phone. Not charge it at the house, it's at 56%. But I'm driving up to Ridgefield, so Sorry, I got a comment on YouTube. I'm gonna read that real fast. But I'm on someone's crappy Wi-Fi. Whatever. I'll figure this out. I gotta get going. I'll see you guys up in Ridgefield. So, we have practice done.
What? Bring it to the next practice?
Malcolm's here. Cody's here. You showed up. Never played football before. Has no idea what position to play. Probably just gonna use him as cannon fodder.
I know.
What is your name? I'm old and forgot.
William?
William. Oh. I'm not gonna call you Willie because I already got a Willie. We weren't really doing too terribly much today. 7 on 7. We did like a 40-yard dash, did a 3-cone drill. One other drill that I didn't do because I'm not a receiver.
But yeah, so if the practices are...
There's Alex. We got Alex, Gunner, and Lefty all showed up, so... Well, that's basically since the Bucks aren't a team. Everyone just like came out to here. They had to have been fully convinced about something. I had some people from the Bearcats here. Some new people. We're here at Ridgefield. Spudders. Alright, I'm in the car now. I had to chit-chat with Malcolm. Alright, YouTube. I was like, car, why are you registering YouTube? And I wish I had the camera with me though. I didn't have my phone because I was taking care of business. You know, Aaron wasn't here, so I'm gonna hang out with Willie tonight, later, something. I just do. The little Asian guy with the big giant truck is moving out.
Oh, okay.
They have 5 times as much furniture as we do. Because I had to walk by the door. I looked in, saw a full dining set, 2 couches. They're moving a piano. There's already a piano in. The big U-Haul's half full. I don't know where this person had all of this crap. All right, so we just got done at IHOP. I had strawberry banana pancakes because, potassium, I guess. Better than having just pure sugar chocolate. Aaron had some sort of...
Steak omelet.
Yeah. Was it physically hot? I saw you doing your...
A couple times.
There's physically hot, and then I thought maybe there was a bit of spice to it.
No.
No. The joke is potatoes can reach supercritical heat pretty easily because they don't really do anything.
Yeah.
And they don't inflate. They don't dry out really fast because, you know, like, I don't know if you guys have ever cooked a potato, like baked a potato. The potato will dry out, but if you have it nice and wrapped, it just gets hot and hot and hot and hot and hot. And pretty soon it's just like, oh my God, this thing is so hot. I don't think I'll have anything much for dinner, and I don't know if I want to go get something and take it home, but then I'd be like shoving more food in my mouth.
I mean, it's 5:15-ish, 5:17. Worst case, we can just, like, get food later. And it's Saturday, places are open late.
Yeah, maybe even do that shared. No. Like I said, I wanted to hang out with Willie, but he's just like cramping all the heckin' back from his practice. He's like, I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. Maybe we can hang out later. I'm like, well, we better hang out like tomorrow because I need to talk about that practice. I need to just actually physically talk. I don't need to like go over much of anything. Hi, morning. I've been mucking around. We didn't get home till like noon 30, so I probably could have recorded last night with the morning.
Yeah, probably.
What'd you eat?
Soup and salad. Chicken tortilla soup.
Chicken tortilla soup. They're probably, they're opposite from each other rather than next to each other. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then we sit down and I'm like, oh, I think they're on a date. It didn't actually click. None of this was like, this all got done when they got up and they left and they were paying basically at the counter rather than from the table, which is fine. And I realized she was in like a really baggy overcoat with like sleeper pants on and Crocs. And I was like,
either he's getting laid or he's never had a chance.
yeah, it's either there's something happening in the car in the parking lot, and she's just trying to maintain being comfortable, or he never had a chance, and she's just like, I'm kicking back on this one. I like to be authentic. That's why people love the channel, is because I'm authentic. And if I can keep quiet. No, if the codes frustrate you enough right in the middle of recording.
Yeah.
I know what coding days are with him. They will make mod-sized breadsticks.
This is a horrible discovery.
Well, because they forgot to make it, because we ordered it, and then Aaron paid for it, but the guy forgot to make them. This has happened...
It's happened
4 times a year.
That much?
Yeah, but that's the thing is we come in every week. That's 4 out of 52.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
1 out of 13.
That's 1 out of 13. Here's the thing.
considering their turnover of people, and sometimes we come in at busy times.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Chicken sausage gumbo.
Whatever. I just know that coffee and seasoning are like in the same aisle now. Of course, we have to deal with Wall O stupid K-cup, so that's what. Oh boy. Oh, what are we getting here? I was in the gym. I've been in the gym about an hour. I did chest. Not a lot of people in there, but again, it's a Sunday night, so I might, depending. There's literally another 2017 Prius right next to my car, and I'm momentarily. So, you guys are probably gonna laugh. But that's my car, and that's their car. I could not figure out which one it was. I had to check the license plate because, to my eyes, they are the same color. My question is, I didn't know when you put the buy order in, if it was when it was below 1,000, and I don't know why you would have done it at 1,000 before. That seems stupid, but you've put in weird orders before, and so I was like, why didn't it buy?
It won't let you put in an order for, or a buy order for more than the current
Okay, so it does have its
logical limit.
Gotcha.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because there were like several thousand coins for sale at that price.
Yeah. So based on comments from yesterday, there aren't any typos and everything's good to go. Let's use the official intro now. Morning. It's windy. Willie and I will not be going to Mountainside today because if it is windy here, it is gusting at Mountainside. It is also red velvet, which is red chocolate, and then the hot Oreo needs to stop. A lot of bread. I forget when you come this early in the morning, you get good pickings of the bread. Salted caramel brownies. That's fun. I was like, hey, it could be a big trip. I say big trip because like the protein powder is $16.99 and the coffee is like $7.99. So right there, that's 17 plus 8. That's $25. That's $25 just in 2 products. I was watching a little bit of the USA Football U19 select group. Not sure if it's necessarily the best in the country, but it's effectively an all-star game. So they were playing the Nordic team, and it was like 18-48 or something. Nordic lost. Problem that I have, and I've been having this for a number of years, and hopefully I can impart this to my viewing. Whatever, I mean, I don't want to say youth, but to me, 16 is... or 18 is like half my age. I know you guys are like, I'm an adult. And I'm just like, you're half my age. So yeah, they're nothing alike, you know. That's like saying German and Dutch are nothing alike. It was just hilarious, but the live stream, I'm tired of American arrogance when it comes to football. Because I see it over when NFL teams play over at Wembley Stadium. And the people on Facebook are like, why do we have to go play an American sport in other countries? And I understand that it's those folks are mainly talking about stuff like that. Perhaps these guys from other countries are not the best skilled. They also come from countries where this stuff isn't on television round the clock during the season. If they do want to watch American stuff, like they gotta watch the Super Bowl at 2 a.m. live, because they're 9 hours ahead of us. The Super Bowl comes on at 3 o'clock, they're at midnight. On a Sunday. I mean, if they got a regular 9-to-5 job, watch this, you know, you gotta, I mean, you can always take a vacation day, right? You know, they wanna watch college games, they gotta figure out how to get them, and sometimes, in some countries, they're not visible. You can't watch them without having to, because there's just rules on the internet that people don't know about. But be a little bit more open-minded, and just because they suck in comparison to American players doesn't mean jack squat. I mean, to be fair, some of those guys that were on the USA Football select team were probably from the South, where they have 3-a-days, and there's no restriction on those. They can have 3-a-days for 3 weeks.
We're only allowed 2-a-days for 1 or 2 weeks. I can't really remember. That's it. It's only allowed for 2 weeks, and it's near the end of summer. These guys will do 3-a-days for an entire month. In the South, in Texas, they drill football into you. There's some people that have no idea that anything other than football exists in the world. And I get it. And they're super good when you put that much work into it. You're from Sweden, you know, you gotta practice when there isn't a soccer game going on, or it's not 9 feet of snow.
We had a storm roll in last night from the off the coast, and our channel 2 was like, "Oh, the poor coast looks battered due an onshore flow." I'm like, "That's why our coast looks so pretty. It's because it's battered by storms. Take a geology class." He's like, "How about I just get all the kids out of the house and I make you tacos?" And she's like, "No kids and tacos? Oh, if I write a romance novel, that's the title." And I'm like, "That's my sister." Morning. Check the radar, and we're gonna be pretty much within rain for like the next 4 hours. Yeah, this is uncomfortable for the camera. Okay, so I see Aaron's train coming down the platform. He'll probably be able to make it. I figured since I can get the camera out. So, your parents are planning on moving?
Yeah, they're planning on moving down to Georgia to be closer to where they came from, to not be cold and wet all the time.
Okay. Well, looks like this year's gonna be full of changes.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. 2018 is gonna be interesting, but hopefully on a massive positive level.
Yeah.
All right, here comes your train.
Bye.
2018 seems to be a year of change. People have felt mucked down, stuck, stagnant, and it's time for us to make the change rather than wait for the world to make the change for us. I guess that's my little bit of advice. All right, let's sit before I head on the road to practice. That's gonna be a long drive all by myself. I got 53, almost 54 miles a gallon though. That's cool. I literally got a Facebook friend request while I was sitting here. Anyways, so yeah, so me being me, practice starts at 9 o'clock. And I'm here at 8:30. 2 guys going out there, they have a football, I don't know for sure. They came here in a Leaf. But yeah, I brought, it's because I'm strange. You guys can even see. Pads and helmet. Mouthpiece right there. I was hoping if I got here early enough I could find like a porta potty or something, but being a middle school they probably don't have a porta potty around here because the kids would tip it over. At least number one, tip it over constantly because they're crazy and need to exert strength and be like, "I'm strong, we're strong, we tipped over a porta potty, we're being bad boys." Morning. It's we have a break in the rain clouds right now. If it strikes back up here I can always. Anyway, so it's January, the first Tub Talk of 2018. I've had to go back and modify some of the videos because I'll put it in 2017 and nobody says anything. Nobody realizes the dates are there. But, you know, we got active, we got fun, everything's good. And then last week was all the way up in Mount Solo, middle school. That we had far less people at because the PNFL started up. And that's only like 8 weeks, 10 tops, and that's a championship or something. I'm not sure how it works with that league. So yeah, I'm going to be with the Cobras this year. Already had 2 practices. We have a practice tomorrow. It's closer in than Longview, but that's how that goes. We've got Aaron still going well with his Bitcoin stuff. He's moved into a couple other coins. I know he's really hopped up on this one called Ethereum, but I'm still trying to, in a weird way, I don't want to say that I am conservative because I don't really follow a lot of what people call Republican ideals, but I'm very fiscally conservative. I mean, I still have cash in my wallet from Christmas. I only got $100. Not saying that, you know, I'm dissing $100 that I got. Just saying I made that last a month because I wasn't able to use it on actual Christmas Day because everything was closed, and that was, so the first day I was able to use anything like that was December 26th, and now it's January 26th. Willie and I have back later today. I did my Star Trek stuff. There's been some other things that have happened this month, stuff that's in the works, not ready to announce. I did a Sleece review from stuff that I actually bought.
had a couple guys at practice try to tell, I've had people recently say, hey, guess what? You should really try out this stuff called Sleeves. It's really awesome. And I'm like a brand affiliate. Okay, I have a coupon code. Oh, started up a Patreon. Only got one person that's on Patreon. Thank you. I'm not sure if it's publicly viewable by your name or whatnot, so that's why I just say thank you to the Patreon supporter. Things are moving up in the world, so that's fun. Ooh, the heater jet turned on.
Practice got moved to that Catholic school up in Hazeldale, Kingsway, and then to noon, so it's like 8:51, and it was like, I'm gonna have coffee last night, and so I slept in a little bit. 8 o'clock. Time for practice. I'm still in Beaverton. I have to drive up there. It's like 10:45 right now. Ooh. And so, yeah, hopefully since it's my closer in, more people will show up. The chat's gone a little crazy this morning, so that's good. Apparently there's like an organized flag thing going on. There's my what time is it? 2:51. So practice just got out. I didn't spend much time talking, just getting the cleats on and walking back out here. It went longer than expected. Delay in the Bluetooth, so I'm just sending the message. What is going on? Someone wanted a shout out. I inspire me. I'm not trash talking you. I'm just can't even read half that message right now because whatever. I got a message back here from Aaron. Oh, that was the most formal, that's saying something, practice I've ever had. It was great to have Gunner here and Malcolm here. Again, I was playing corner. I know it was put in position, but I'm so much happier at linebacker. Next practice, we're apparently going to be here at Kingsway more. So yeah, going on. Yeah, Danny wrecked his ankle. Not like wrecked his ankle, but like, oh, my knee's bleeding. Theo's got to stop tackling. I'm losing track of stuff. That was 3 hours. And no backups. I mean, Danny went down. Ty decided to chat halfway through practice. I think that was halfway through practice. This is going to be one of those days where I go stupid. One of the Sentinels got ejected. They told him to get off the sideline. Well, they have weird rules. I gotta get home so we can eat something. Bomber posted, who knows how to work on quads and wants to learn me? I'm like, bro, they're quads. How do you know how to work quads?
Something.
So I commented, I was like, in my after practice stupor, I read this as like quadriceps, not quad bikes. Because I had to open up the comments. I was like, bro, you can't be that broken and old. Like, you're only like 2 years younger than me. You know how to work quads. You've been to the gym. Oh, quad bikes.
Number.
There's a 26, a 16, a 13, a 10.
But no 1,000.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. They've been putting in 1,000 or 2,000.
So much.
Well, it looks like the rain finally came in. We went to Olive Garden. It's not focusing right because it's so dark out and I don't know where to find my face. I'm walking out of Olive Garden with a breadstick. Oh, I had to hide the car, kind of. It seems like to hide the car, but I didn't actually hide the car.
Aaron had it when we ordered out.
What did you have this time? I had the lasagna and I had the chili because I need meat and fat and cheese and I need everything.
Yeah. I had the stuffed pasta that's gnocchi and chicken and really fluffy gnocchi.
Well, it's because it's stuffed. Usually gnocchi is a
Yeah, a little denser.
because it's like solid potato. I feel so bad because it's sort of like they're trying to take themselves seriously, but they're basically Italian Denny's, and I treat them like Italian Denny's, especially after practice. I was like, can I get for you? I'm like, I want lasagna. Okay. Kind of soup? Chili. You want cheese on it? My brain always goes, who doesn't put cheese on chili? I think I said that once, and I think we were with someone else, and they're like, lactose intolerant people. I'm like, I don't care, you still put cheese on chili. I realized that there was an animal in me after I tackled Danny that way. Because we had no helmets and it was a mud pit and I threw him to the ground. He even brought that up the first time I did it. Because, like, the guy is at tight end, he caught the ball, and I grabbed onto him. And the thing is, this, like, Gronk, he didn't go anywhere, and I just, like, spun around him. Like, he didn't even move. But then I just, like, pulled my legs up, and I was trying to pull him down, but I slipped off. Because I was like, because I realized, oh, shit, I'm trying to tackle. And I shouldn't do that. And then Danny at the time was like, see, he doesn't go down as easy as I do. I'm like, that's not something you should be taking pride in, Danny. Maybe they've combined Europe, Australia, and... but...
Middle East, EMEA.
Well...
Australia's APAC.
What are you talking about?
They are America's Asia Pacific, APAC, which includes Japan, Australia, and all of the stuff in the Pacific and Asia. There's EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East, and Asia. Western Asia gets lumped in with EMEA. Eastern Asia gets lumped in with APAC.
You know it's warming up a lot when it's just like mess tons of fog outside. I can barely see the street out there. Yeah, that's what I mean by how foggy it is. Once the car goes by, you can kind of see where the road's at, but other than that, it's like... I'm like just sitting here looking at this, and I'm like, there are guys that try with a lot of product every morning to get a haircut, to get a hairstyle just like this. Not so much with the bad over here. Like, it's definitely got, like, its lopsidedness. Do you want to try to put up the silliest thing we can imagine? So, like I said, it's a mannequin in a SpaceX spacesuit driving a Tesla Roadster, one-handed, with a towel and a copy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in the glove box, and on the dash it says, "Don't panic."
And as it was launching, the song on the radio was Fly to Mars, Ticket to Mars.
Like, it wasn't just him playing around with some little toy he built in his garage. He was actually selling that. When I looked up SpaceX stuff, and when I looked up Elon Musk on Twitter and read through some, because I don't check Twitter all the time, so I just go to people's Twitter pages and like scroll down for a while.
But I do too.
Yeah, it's like I saw the Elon Musk flamethrowers sell for X number of dollars. I'm like, oh no.
Okay, how much?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I was too busy trying to read all the various comments about a mannequin in space.
The flamethrower itself costs like $5,000, which really for a flamethrower isn't that bad.
You were the one in the military, you'd know. I don't know how
Well,
much flamethrower costs.
I just know roughly what it would cost to put one together yourself. I mean, the fuel is expensive, the tubing and stuff is expensive.
If he uses conventional fuel.
It is Elon Musk,
Yeah.
so he probably doesn't.
Wiki wiki. Wiki wiki. Wiki wiki. I vlog as I got here. This is the field. And we did it on the other side of those trees. We didn't have helmets on, so I didn't have to dirty AF. Dirty, dirty, dirty. The cleats are soaking wet, and they're in the bike. We went over a lot of run plays today, and then the defense and stuff. And I'll tell you, it's gonna be fun being a linebacker. I've reached my daily step goal today. Yeah, I need my Brittany. I'm gonna vlog when I get home, cause I got pee real bad. I had to pee when I got here. I had to pee all throughout practice. I got pee now, real bad. Defense is like, I mean, you can do stuff on defense, really, but sometimes the secondary is just sort of in zone. When you're in a cover two, you're in a cover two. It doesn't matter what the receivers do, you have your zone. You guys can stay in cover two, depending on the sets, you can stay in cover two the whole game. Probably not a good idea, but we were dealing mainly with box stuff. Because we were going over defense stuff and about blitz packages, and Thor was like, no, we don't want to have, someone made a mistake. We had 2 men in one hole. And everybody else was like, yeah, that's always a bad thing. And Tyler stood, he got up on his toes and he's like, Theo? And I'm like, I don't do that, I'm monogamous. And then and I could see it on Steele's face. What? Oh, God. I have a slice left over because it was a medium on their thick crust.
Yeah.
So
I even had a slice, and dang, that is a thick, filling pizza.
yeah, and it had shredded steak on it like we would get on our old Papa Murphy's pizza. But then it had like beer cheese on it instead of like regular cheese.
Friggin' delicious.
And I put pepperoni on it because, yeah.
Why not?
But it was like super greasy because it had like green onions and white onions and garlic and all that jazz. What's the little Joe saying?
Not appealing right now. I'm de-stressing from all the stupidity today with customers. I just want to get off work, go curl into a ball in my room, and remind myself that not everyone is stupid. Plus, I have family in town that want me to hang out with them tonight before they leave. Cry face, cry face.
Banning's is like the perfect place to go for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I like I'll be like, here, you have a bad day, here, have some tachos.
You had a bad day? Here. Shove your face in this pie.
Shove your face in this pie after eating tachos. Just drink coffee till the end of time. And to me, it's like just moving really fast. It's like if Aaron... Yeah. I don't know. We'll see you guys when we get home.
So, for those of you that want to have a little bit of laugh and understand something of, I don't want to say like, you know, bad rating, but of the adult life, I was in the bathroom this morning and I was just so sleepy because I went immediately in rather than waiting until I finished my coffee because hearing any water run, anyways. So, and then I did that and my brain just went through the motions and I took one of my nighttime pills. My nighttime pills that wax me out. Like, it was already going down my throat and I was like, oh no. I'm hoping here in like 20 minutes, I don't pass back out.
Wireless earbuds from Apple crap are just the most pretentious people on the planet. Like, they can't hear anything you're saying and that they don't care. And you're like, hey, you're going to be walking into traffic and you deserve to live. Oh well, boom. I'm still just looking to see if there's anything on sale or if there's a new flavor. If I didn't check this thing all the time, I wouldn't have found the pumpkin spice one that I never bought, never ever want to try. You reminded me, hey, you already have hummus. I'm like, yes, but if I didn't wander here by randomly, I wouldn't have found, like last holiday season, the pumpkin spice hummus. And then they have dark chocolate flavored hummus, dessert hummus over there. Yeah, I should. Oh. The thing is, I thought it might have been just weird chocolate spread, but no.
It's hummus.
Steamed chickpeas, organic sugar, water, cocoa powder.
And it tastes like that Nutella stuff.
I'll take your word for it. Starting, so we're gonna head down and get our pizza because as we were leaving Fred Meyer, it was like we called it in because they're like, oh, we'll call it in, get in. Hour and 20 minutes.
You and your family?
For a pizza, we have to cook. I love the store, but it's Super Bowl Sunday and they're swamped. Well, as I figured it was gonna happen, I spent, 3 hours watching mental reps because I didn't really care who won because either way, Philly was gonna burn to the ground. I've already posted stuff like that on Facebook. Willie's in complete agreement, and a few of the Eagles fans that I know aren't refuting my claims. Like, seriously, I probably could have told the 12s a bunch of years back. Do you realize that the Space Needle has been tipped over, is in the bay, and is caught on fire? Or is in the sound and on fire. And they're like, but we won the Super Bowl. I'm like, your only landmark that makes you anything special is, like, dying. But we won the Super Bowl. What you eating?
Post about a proposal on PHP.
Probably going to continue Snapchatting with people. Willie and I were going to go to the gym after and do chest, but as it's like 7:32, by the time I drive like 15 minutes to get him, and then 5 to 7 minutes up and over the hill to get to the gym, we'll have like 10 minutes before they close. What is that? I've seen that. Mr. Wishart did that in 9th grade physics. I haven't checked the structural integrity of Philadelphia yet this morning. Apparently it's still standing. It's a fairly large city. It's hard to burn it down. I did see stories that the city police were calling in the National Guard and they were like forming barriers around the city buildings. And like I saw Hardee's, they're like, we really want to serve you biscuits in the morning if our restaurants are still standing. I'm like,
So the algorithms that all of the computers that make up the network use to talk to each other, a limit on the number of transactions per second they can process. Currently for Ethereum, I think it's like 150. For Bitcoin, it's 3, which is why there's such a huge backlog and why transactions are so expensive on Bitcoin. These OMG and NEO are technologies that will improve the speed of the Ethereum blockchain so that you can have hundreds of thousands per second.
So I'm relatively happy that that 2 of the Viking terror trio on the downhill yesterday actually made it into the medaling. I think we turned it off beforehand because they were like figure skating, and I'm like, figure skating is not a sport to many people.
That makes sense.
So they see it and go, oh, it's pretty dancing on ice. Whereas you actually have to go to ESPN to watch, snowboarding.
Yeah. X Games.
You have to go to the X Games and watch that stuff. Whereas you don't go to the X Games to watch figure skating.
So, like, the 4 amazing things that I remember from the opening ceremonies last night. 1, not much screwed up. 2, how the Jamaicans came into the March of Parades, because that's 125% swagger. And it's a toss-up between 3 as to whether or not it's Tongan guy or that Katie Couric was like, no, I'll handle this when he showed up on, Oh God, Katie Couric, you're lovely.
Baby oil sponsorship.
It was like, I don't know what sport he plays. I don't know all that jazz, but... And I understand, here's the thing, people are like Johnson & Johnson, but they actually said in the thing, he's covered in coconut oil. I didn't realize until I saw a freeze frame from Snapchat, actually, that he was also wearing, like, thongs. Or as most people since like the age of 1990 call them sandals. Or in the fashion industry, as I've heard them called, backless sandals. They're thongs. Or as you call them to kids, flip-flops, because you don't want to teach them about the lingerie piece. They're still thongs. And guys fight over flag. It's weird, they got a generator running. I don't know why. That's right, I was checking out that flag game. Alright, it is what time? 4 o'clock?
Just about.
Yeah, that practice ran. Well, we technically got started a little bit later too. Oh, it's 3:38.
Oh, good.
It also tells the car tells you window open whenever you turn the car off and there's a window open. The receivers did their stuff. We had like new guys, like Dre came out and like, okay, hard pass drill. Dre's like, what the hell is a hard pass drill? Like he's trying to figure out how things are going, and we've already done this like 2 weeks, and I'm like, this is what you get for playing on the Sentinels. You're not here at our practices, then you think you're just gonna, and that's exactly what I tell Willie. You think you're just going to come in one day because you have a bye week with the Sentinels. He ain't come back next week. He's going to go off at the Sentinels, and he's going to miss everything else we're doing.
Yeah, and that's what people talk about when they say you have to come into practice, otherwise you aren't guaranteed a position.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I understand Malcolm has to coach his boys doubleheader next week, and he's had other issues with like coaching and whatnot with his kid. I get it. Just going straight out to your parents' house.
We're going to Black Bear.
It's fine. It's by our place?
No.
Oh, yeah. I know where I'm going then.
Hey guys, it's Friday, and I'm recording both videos in the hot tub, and hopefully the thumbnails will be different enough. 2 major bad things that have happened, especially recently. Actually, that was last Friday, wasn't it? Jeez. What else has happened? Well, things have been progressing down in the life path. In terms of football, I have made my mark as an outside linebacker within the Cobras. Will probably not be my only position, but again, I'd much rather help the team in whatever position I can. Special teams, pass rusher, strong safety, outside linebacker. Even reading my book, Complete Linebacking, in case I gotta be the inside linebacker, is what and I think I brought it up last time, last Tub Talk. There's a card there if you guys want to watch last time's Tub Talk. Internally between Aaron and I, not that we're breaking up, but this involves me and Aaron and the fact that the country, and you guys can hate, you can downvote, you can upvote, the country is not where we want it to be. And it's going in the direction we want it to, but it's not. It's a toxic environment right now. So I have asked Aaron to look into moving to maybe being relocated. The choices we have now, I would prefer the Netherlands. He currently has a job thing working. So the job he is working at, he works on the reports and stuff for a client. That client is based in the Netherlands. So that's why in the past I've talked about Eindhoven, and the Netherlands and Amsterdam and various other things. But they have a new client, and he does data analysis. He's a data analyst. And the new client is based out of Geneva, Switzerland. And the position is an on-site data analyst, so they would move him there. For those of you, there is a football team there. It's the Geneva Seahawks. One of those things that I don't like the Seahawks. Well, it looks like anyway, who knows? You know, it would be better for the both of us to move out, because we got significantly happier individually and as a couple once we left Vancouver. And that's the thing in and of itself as to why we think Vancouver is kind of a depressing city. But out here for 6 years in Beaverton, it's been on like a massive upturn. And things kind of a little flattening, but not quite. And maybe it's time for us to get a fresher perspective. Aaron's already been out of the country. I've never actually left the country. And that's neither here nor there. We don't know when this would happen, so that's that. I brought this up previously this week. But sometimes people only want to watch Tub Talk because, you know, I'm kind of naked.
Alright. Actually closed the coffee this time before I started wandering over here to talking. Oh, morning. It's 7:51. I have practice in 4 hours. And pads day. The weather looks wet. I've got pills in building. It's funny as Willie has practice today for the Raiders and the Mafia.
So, I'm gonna take everything to the car, figure things out. Holy muddy.
But yeah, we did actual pads today. Not much. Still clinking and stuff, but no linebacker work because we didn't have many DBs and shit here. What's up with you? Glad to have pads on or something, or? I'm all one-handed now, trying to get everything going. But everything's gonna need to be washed. Everything. I don't even know what time it is. We were gonna do 7 on 7, but that didn't. Now, let's get this thing out of my mouth. Huh? Sorry, Thor was talking, and I was just figuring out if he was talking to me or not.
You like playing D-line?
Not really. No idea what I'm doing. Because all the guys at outside linebacker didn't have pads on. So, you know, I was smart and responsible and brought my pads and helmet, so I had to do the hitting. I don't know, can you guys see that? Would not have wanted to wear white cleats today. I couldn't figure out which one was worse, offensive line or defensive line. Either one, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Thankfully, I have a free car wash. I recently got this thing's oil changed. They're like, you get a free car wash. I'm like, sweet.
Well, I wouldn't be a good vlogger if I didn't bring the camera along to document such a thing. We'll see how the rest of this morning goes. It is morning. It's 12:26 in the morning, and I would have to say somewhere around midnight I woke up with what I thought was a burp. And then a burp turned into, like, a little bit of, like, the stomach was pushing on my throat. And I was like, oh, I'm getting a little nauseous. And then it started getting a little worse. And yeah, it became a very, very familiar pain of a gallbladder spasm. It's now 2:04 in the morning. I put out a Snapchat saying that I was here. So we were out in that waiting room for like 2 hours. And now I'm back here in a gown and whatnot. And I'm getting overtired and my emotional defenses are going down, so I'm getting agitated with little things. That's all for the update here. See you guys in, what, 2 more hours? Or something? What did he say? That everything's good to go? Everything's...
Basically, you're fine.
Yeah, he's written me prescription for Vicodin. He called it something else. Something like that. He's gonna give me a name to follow up with the surgeon. It's not like I was even eating fatty stuff on Tuesdays. It's enchiladas. Feels like, it feels like forever since I did a Trek Tuesday, and I just did a Trek Tuesday less than 24 hours ago.
And I was like, I don't have any time to sit here and wait for the camera to do its thing, because I'm like having a cramp right now walking into the ER. But I have my doctor appointment today to go see the surgeon guy about that. I mean, I slept a little bit before the pain started, and then I slept for like 2 hours afterward. But it's like, is that really 2.5, 3 hours if I split part of it by 5 hours of being awake and in pain? No, it doesn't. So I had like 2.5 hours of sleep. There's no appropriate reaction option. I know. Ice Night, sad face, Aaron, wow face, Matt, thumbs up. Gotcha. That's it. I've got to fill out paperwork. I'm wearing loose-fitting clothing in case I need imaging or anything. That's that. I've shaved, made sure I smelled nice for being around the public. My hair. I cleaned up now. I cleaned up nice. Very nice. The gallbladder sits kind of, you know how your liver kind of. I have diagrams. Why am I trying to make you guys? All right, that little guy is the gallbladder. It sits below the liver. The liver makes bile. All that ucky stuff you dry heave, that green crap, that's bile. The gallbladder somewhat collects it, and it kind of pulls the water out of it and makes it more concentrated. What that does, the gallbladder concentrates bile by removing water. When the extra bile is needed, the gallbladder squeezes bile through the cystic duct. This is what it's called. What it does is it moves it down into the small intestines, past the stomach, and helps digest fat. It helps to digest a lot of things, but if it needs like an extra boost, that's when the gallbladder comes in. So is it necessary, like a fatty diet can trigger it? Yes, because fats are by and large hard to digest, especially like the saturated fats. What happens is sometimes your body creates stones. What your body can do is stones form in it. Kidney stones are in the kidney, gallstones are in there. And they could be salts, it could be cholesterol, it could be Lord knows anything. Stones form. And since there's only really one way in, one way out, one of these things gets, like, during an action, gets pushed up, and it's like, Lord knows why mine happened. Why did it take 8 years to happen? I don't know. Maybe it was low enough that it needed to squeeze a little bit extra and push one of them up there, because I've been eating too fatty of a diet. I was like, who knows why it happened? It happened, but it was relatively small. So it like got up there and it was like, sit, and basically what it is your gallbladder is seizing because it's trying to contract and push more bile out, but it can't. So it's like, so all the muscles and stuff around it are freaking out. Yeah. But then probably the thing fell back in and the thing kind of squeezed out, and that's why I had like a couple bad episodes, but then once I rested and whatnot. So, am I going to have surgery? It seems like there is no other way. That's the thing. There is no other way to get rid of them. Since I've had one 10 years ago, then I had one 2 years later, but I didn't have any insurance. Now that I have insurance, it seemed like it might be the thing to do. My strange thing is it's in the middle of football season. Do I take care of it now, like ASAP, before games start? Or do I let this thing sort of sit until after football season? I don't know what they're doing with this thing. All right, so Aaron had, double meeting last night? One of them was his normal meeting?
Yeah, and the other one lasted until 1:15.
Ah, dang. And that was learning from some Indian guy about
what's going on with the content migration.
Was that the thing that started with a T? Tabella? Tabula?
Tableau.
Tableau. I'm like, tabula rasa? Whatever that is. I know you were obsessed with that word for a while.
It's a really good episode of Buffy.
So we've had a thing this morning that apparently someone wants to quiet the jet fighters flying out of our airport because they live near the airport and it's too noisy. And I'm like, what in the hell? And so they started building that in the late 1930s. And I'm like, so anybody that lived around Northeast Portland, should those houses even have existed at the time, in the 1930s, had their chance to move because an airport was being built near them. I'm sorry, you weren't alive in the 1930s?
That means you moved in.
It means you moved in or you've lived there your entire life. You know what you got yourself into. And that comment's kind of getting a... I love how there's like multiple porta potty companies. Yet everyone calls them honey buckets. Boyle got a job. He's working back at THBRD with kids, but after school stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Program.
Versus that summer stuff he was doing with you were mainly doing outdoor activities and
I was just doing sports classes.
yeah, now he's actually doing childcare of sorts. But you know, now all you kids can feel jealous that, you know, when you were, how old are these kids?
They're kindergarten to 5th grade.
So when you were in elementary school, wouldn't you like to have an after school program person like Willie? I mean,
I know I would.
they wanted to race him yesterday. He had to let them win because,
That was hard for me.
you know, but even so, like, they're like, oh, let's go chase him. So we start backpedaling faster than they can run. What's the population? What is the population of Woodland, Washington?
The population of Woodland was 5,952 in 2016.
What is an intermediate school?
According to Wikipedia, a middle school is an educational stage which exists in some countries, providing education between primary school and secondary school.
What is the difference between an intermediate school and a middle school?
According to Quora, in this part of the U.S., elementary schools are sometimes split into primary schools, intermediate schools, middle schools, and high schools.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So Woodland has 4 schools for 5,000 people. An elementary school, which is primary school, K through 2nd, intermediate school, 3rd through 5th, middle school, 6th through 8th, and then the high school, 9th through 12th. Yeah, Little Woodland, Washington has, I mean, obviously they have to have an elementary school, and then they've got an intermediate school, which we're going to be practicing at today. We played before at the middle school, and I keep hearing about a high school, but I don't know where it's at. Quite high enough. Does this thing go up? Oh my god! It does go up. It's fired. Like, the high school pharmacy is like half in business. There's a gun club road. Yeah. I have some news to... Is that everything? So
When
Tyler
they started getting in.
So apparently the coaches got together, and Tyler, they floated an idea amongst themselves, and Thor is on board with this idea. So when Thor is on board with the idea, I realize it wasn't like Tommy and Tyler messing with me. They want me to play like kind of an off-cycle guard, like on the line.
I don't know what that means.
The guy next to the center. And off-cycle is, I'm not necessarily first string, but if we know we're going to be doing pulling maneuvers, at least to my side, or whatever, they put me on that side because I'm fast, at least faster than other linemen, and don't have to worry about like being a tackle where I have to pass block or hook around or, you know, or do anything with a defensive end. There may not be someone in front of me as a guard.
What to do? Spam spacebar.
So how's everything going with you at work?
It's pretty good. I've got a couple projects coming up that are a little bigger and more complex. And I came up with an improvement to how we do things, but I have to find out if it works.
Like, I'm still confused as to, you know, like I have to check. You know, like Easter is this weekend in April. Tomorrow is the... So yeah. So what's going on this month? Well, I found out... See, with Aaron and I, we've gotten... I had my gallbladder spasm. That was a thing. That happened like 3... What did that? Oh no, I covered that one. No, I didn't. Because that happened on the 28th. The 28th was on a Wednesday, so I didn't get to cover that. If you only watch the Tub Talk. With my PCP to get me... To get that all sorted out, see if I can get a surgery. Second on top of all that, in March, Aaron had a meeting with his upper-ups in his company, and there may be a possibility of Aaron, and thus me, being transferred to Amsterdam. And I say a possibility, but I don't know the actual percentages. It's just a non-zero chance. We will find that one out on the 9th. That's the earliest we'll find something out. I keep looking at the 9th, but I have to remember that it's like, if they don't know on the 9th, they may know on the 10th. If they don't know on the those couple times, we'll know later. I just hope it isn't delayed too terribly long. But that's something to look forward to in April, Tub Talk. They put me on guard duty, but I'm not like a full-on guard, at least I hope not. I mean, obviously if we don't have the guard, you know, the offensive lineman showing up, I'm gonna need to do it. But at least I have a position on offense. It's just probably, you know, like I'm not the greatest catcher still at this point. That's that. Oh, pillbug. Rocket him halfway across the... Pew! So anyways, there's a dead fly. What time is it? How long have we been recording? Oh, that's good. Alright, I'm gonna get back to like stretching and stuff. I will see you guys next month. Monday. Video later today. Yada yada. Alright. So, I've had some times at the urgency care. Not for the gallbladder, for Willie's thumb. Morning. It's, what I meant by that was, so at the Buzzards game, while I was at practice, we're still trying to figure out how it happened because it's not a weird injury. He basically fractured his thumb. They said, well, it doesn't look anything majorly broken, so we're just gonna have to wait until the radiologist gets a hold of it. And then some other lady came in and said, oh yeah, that's just really bad bruising. There's nothing on the, whatever, it's probably just, and I don't know if she was just soothing us and Willie because there's nothing seriously wrong. I mean, I looked at the x-rays pretty intently. I don't see anything majorly wrong. However, their x-rays, they don't show ligaments. Well, I get to go to the doctor later today. The appointment's at 10:15, so I'm coming back to the house and like, he's probably in the room. All right, I'm here. Tiny little room. This Tana's born. Oh. Just let you all know, here's the gallbladder. This little thing. Yeah. I have like a full appointment today for stuff. Hopefully I'll get like a initial health checkup. Figure out how everything's going. Looked pretty good. I don't know what the blood pressure was. It wasn't. I don't know how to read these things. I'm stupid. So yeah.
According to Wikipedia, in physiology and medicine, the body surface area, BSA, is the measured or calculated surface area of a human body. For many clinical purposes, BSA is a better indicator of metabolic mass than body weight because it is less affected by abnormal adipose mass.
It's probably why the doctor said I wasn't fat, because my BSA is like 2.19 meters squared. That's my surface area! That's what we need to do. Exercise-induced asthma, anxiety, Asperger's syndrome. Not that that's really a medical problem. Gallstones, preventative health care, seasonal allergy, seizure disorder. Now, this is actually really good. He's not worried about my cholesterol at all. Well, my Kelvin Timeline Constitution finally sold. So I bought the temporal science vessel tier 6. Now I need to level it and then go back to my Vesta and figure out how I'm gonna wreck everything on Star Trek Online. Was had on Monday. Aaron has all the information later in the video. He recorded it while I was taking care of my starship. So that's that. In editing, I will say, like, I know the information, but yeah. He, as I woke up this morning and found that my starship had sold, so I went to the auction house and bought, well, I looked up the starship that I wanted, then went through about 30,000 pages on the Wikipedia to make sure that I was buying the exact thing for 300 million EC. Is this the exact item I want? Is this the item that opens up into the item? Yes, okay. Buy it. Boom, buy it. Here is your Vern class starship. Sweet. If you didn't know, the tier 5 is a Wells class. The tier 6 is a Vern class.
Nice.
It's got the enhanced Tippler cylinder, which, if in and of itself, is good enough to put on the Vesta because its passives are great. It's like plus 15% exotic damage, or something like that. Even if it's plus 5% exotic damage, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Hey folks, I wanted to give an update on what we talked about on Monday, which was this big news that I was hoping to be able to share. It seems that I can't actually share it. I talked to my boss about it, and he gave me some information, although nothing set in stone, and it's just, I asked him flat out, can I share this? And he said, no,
You can share with your partner, but no, not beyond that. So here's what I can share. If anything happens, it's a good thing. There's a high likelihood that something will happen. I'd be happy with any of the things that have been proposed for happening, and I'm going to have a call with the country manager for another region within the month, or within a month, I suppose. That's really it.
Spoilers, I'm alive. We're gonna walk up to the platform, record maybe something, and then we'll move on to what happened yesterday. We're walking a little slow, but I need to get like the blood flowing and stuff. Nothing too rigorous. I will probably not be in the gym for about a week. Hopefully today will be, the shock of systems and stuff will be over with. Like it being the day after and whatnot, because what, surgery was over at like 4? Is that when they,
4:45.
4:45, yeah. So by this afternoon, the whole like day of should be less shocking. Foot coverings. Oh my God, the bruising from practice is starting to make itself known. Look at that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm not sure what you can see.
Oh, I can see it.
I know. I'm not sure if that, because I got that one, I got that one. And this is all mostly Evan's fault. The guy was saying it was really pushing at the end. All right, they're fuzzy.
Hey.
Oh God. Oh, there is nothing down there. Whenever we're there, whenever Willie and I are at the gym at like 1 o'clock, Comcast Sports News is on and Fentress works, the head coach of the Raiders.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So his bald ass is like doing a little talk show, but Willie's like, "You're watching me everywhere I go, coach."
We'll do. Talking about the pointing this at myself so I can actually see. Yeah, they've been talking about what they're doing, which is always nice. They gave you what before the IV?
Oh, they just gave me topical numbing.
Yeah.
It was a little prick thing and numbed the skin, and then I didn't even notice the needle going in at all for all this.
Waiting for 500 milliliters, waiting for the doctor to come in and say, "Yeah, we're ready." So it's hurry up and wait.
I don't want to look at it because it's supposed to be clean, but they shaved it. I'm talking with the lady over here. We've got one lady over here shaving my belly, and then she like scrubbed it to all the heck and back. They're writing on the door. Well, they put the hat on me. We are mere moments away from it. We've already seen, what, 4 people come in here?
Yeah.
And Aaron's already packed up everything for when they kick him out of the room. So yeah, he's met Cook. He met
Chow.
Dr. Brandenburg. That was his last name, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was first and last or not.
No. Oh no. I saw him kind of walking around on the outside. I was like, oh, we're going to have someone else coming in here? What's going on? Oh, you're kind of cute. I got the pads on here in case I have a seizure. But it's not really that much. I mean, I may flail a bit when I wake up, but before when I was on anesthesia to when I am on anesthesia, there's a whole bit of experimentation ages with drugs. So I'm a little bit calmer now. Yeah. Put that around your...
I can see why it's sticky.
You can put that around your nuts, but then again, if the nuts are like, then it's like, oh, well, I don't want them there. Then they stick to me because I'm trying to stay warm and calm and...
Yeah.
So yeah, I was going to have like a little bye when you wheel them off, but when they wheel off, but that's medical drama stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, I will see you guys.
Probably.
You guys will see me when you see me next. Aaron will probably give an update midway through the surgery when he's done eating.
Hi.
Hi.
You even sound like you did when you had tooth work done.
Oh, you remember that now?
No. Mostly I just remember that what TV has told me. How you doing?
They had that on TV?
They have people who get tooth work done. You had the kind of the puffy cheek.
I have puffy cheeks.
The puffy cheek sound.
Oh, well, it's because my mouth's very dry.
Ah.
Can you fill this thing? I hope that thing can be filled up there.
Should be able to.
I need it. I need it very badly. They gave me some Pepsi, so I might be burping up there, but do I need to hold the camera while you read off questions?
Yeah, it's visible there. Or you're visible there.
Well, it's also tilted to the side and poorly framed.
Want me to move it?
No, they need it on the bed. It's just that I wanted to sit up more and they just wanted to, you know, I want to like lean forward but not have this weird like pressure that's like keep pushing me forward, keep pushing me forward. It's like I want to sit in a chair, not in a bed that's designed for dumb people to freaking lay down in, like they're thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna lay down, everything's cool, just sleeping days away, I'm recovering. Some bullshit. There should only probably be one comment on there that says first.
There's also a good luck.
From who?
Sorry, hugs from Michael Howell.
Okay. I love early morning anxiety when I'm awake at some ungodly 4 o'clock in the morning and can't go to sleep until... yeah. Because I recorded those on Thursday, y'all don't know. I have a doctor's note, which completely clears me for football on Monday. I'm not going to go into the dirty, grimy details of that meeting because there was a lot. I will be getting my stones sometime next week. They have to pull them up from the lab. Surprisingly, they still have them. I'm not sure if the fact that Aaron did request them, so they had them on hold or what. So expect maybe a vlog this week about that. He said if I'm not doing contact, I can go back in partial. But a week before a game, we're actually in a week between games, I don't necessarily think we're not going to be in contact because guys all across this league, as I've seen, including in the PNFL, just have trouble tackling. They do a lot of arm tackles. I've seen it all years. My first year I didn't know what I was seeing because I'd never really watched a football game before, so I didn't realize what it was, but now I go back in my memories and I look back at some of my videos from back then, and Willie would tell me from my first year, like, yeah, there's a lot of guys that still did a lot of arm tackling.
I got a lot of watching done because they were contacting to an extent and doctors know, yada yada. I had some basketball thing going on here for the actual school, so a lot of parking was out on the street, but that's what you do in this day and age. I was able to at least chat with Willie for a little bit because I wasn't out there doing anything. I got my phone in my pocket, so I was able to get at least the cams, not on Pokemon because I was just doing that, but the step counter for Samsung Health. Guys on the radar camera, which has good quality. No, I sat down and I'm doing diggies. So yeah, it's like 12:30. It was getting like super baking, like I probably have a sunburn, which is nice. Hey, vitamin D, but it's on the back of my neck because we were not throwing into the sun, so. Just got done doing legs. Look at that stylish cast of his, He can't do anything else, but he likes legs better than anything else. So, bonus.
That's true.
Do you know if this why not have fun thing is actually open?
I have no idea what that is.
It's a laser tag pizza pub thing, and I'm like, every time I come by, there's nobody in the parking lot. I'm like, are they only open like at weeknights or something? Or therapy.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, it's not always that. It's not always just gravy because you're young.
True. There have been a great number of people that you've actually known that have gotten injuries and then just kind of screwed around on their physical therapy and are...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, it's not all peaches and cream. If he does everything properly, yeah, he'll heal right. But if he doesn't,
yeah, he won't. He'll come back stronger than Nick did. Well, Nick also... No, he partially tore his MCL, really, and fully tore his ACL? No.
I think this is LCL and his MCL, and then he tore his meniscus too.
Oh my god. Is it behind actual DQ?
Yeah.